First ever UK P35 full review, and I'm going to pit it up against the Kral NP-02, both in 177. Stay tuned. Hello and welcome to Target Time UK. My name's Juss. This is my first ever review on anything, so I hope I get it right. It's going to be the UK's first ever review of the Snowpeak P35 stroke Artemis, but I'm going to put it up against the Kral NP-02, both in 177. Right guys, walk around. The P35, very light rifle. We'll start from the back. It's got a rubberized butt pad, unfortunately not adjustable. However, you can buy aftermarket ones on eBay, which adjust up, down, left, right, 3D printed. If you want to go that route, absolutely fine. I personally don't mind the factory one, doesn't bother me at all. Moving forward, thumbhole stock, really nice position for shooting. In front of that, the trigger, two-stage fully adjustable, and you'll need to adjust it. This one out of the box came in at about 3.5 pound pull weight, far too heavy for me. Mark Dempsey, I sent mine away to, and he had a bit of a fiddle with it. Basically we're down to about a pound weight with a lovely first stage, no creep at all, really nice, just suitable for me perfectly. Okay, moving forward, this stock is not standard. I've done a bit of a paint job on it. They do come with a polymer stock, completely black, very good solid quality as well, none of your hollow rubbish, and for the price, these are about $549 retail at the minute, depending on where you get it from. Is very good. Moving up the rifle, where this Picatinny rail is now, I put an aftermarket 3D printed piece on. I just found with all this being open, keeps the dirt out, this keeps it from getting grit, because obviously that's all your workings for your cocking lever on the other side. And I'm moving forward, I put a 3D printed Picatinny on the front for a bipod of your choice. Standard, these come shrouded. You have got to get an adapter for the UNF 1/2-inch fitting for a silencer. I tended to go to the shrouded Mark Dempsey one. Makes it extremely quiet, nice and simple, and I think it looks the part. I think it makes the rifle. Moving to the top, they have a 22mm Picatinny rail. I found when I first bought this rifle out of the box, the cheek piece, the standard one, was a little bit high and I was struggling getting eye relief on the scope. So I went for a 3D printed lower one. You could go for higher sights, but obviously, as we all know, the lower the sights, lower the scope is to the barrel, far better on accuracy and things like that. So, weight wise, I think she comes in at 2.4 kilograms unscoped, which is extremely light. You'll be able to carry this around in the field all day without any worries. The magazines, nine shot in 177. Not sure about the 2.2. They're a fiddly thing. They're a spin it around, put your first pellet skirt first. I personally didn't like it, so I bought an aftermarket Calm one, which is load from the top, dead simple. It's never jammed, never let me down. And I would suggest that you get a couple of these. I know the postage in the UK is silly at the minute with minimum orders, but hang fire, and please, it makes all the difference when you're using this gun. So barrel length 450mm, weight 2.4, as I already said, unscoped, overall length 675mm. The air cylinder is 265cc. Now, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Snowpeak say 250 bar maximum fill. The retailers say 200 bar maximum fill. I tend to err on the side of caution, and I fill mine to 200 just to be safe. At the end of the day, it could be a print error, we're not sure. I did email Snowpeak, but as of yet, I've not had a reply for the actual official stat. But on their website, officially, it is 250 bar. I had this over the chrono earlier on, and it was producing 11.4 constantly. with a spread of about 6 feet per second, which is superb. That's using JSB Exacts 8.44 grain. Now they had a 4.53 ones. I couldn't get the 4.52. There's a worldwide shortage at the minute, but this gun doesn't mind them at all. Doesn't like them quite as much as the 4.52s. The Kral loves the 4.53s, so no problem with that whatsoever. And basically that is about it for this gun. Very, very nice to handle, nice and short, nice and light. Obviously I've got a good size scope on this and a bipod, so you know it ups the weight quite a bit, but I bench most of the time, so it's not an issue for me. Okay, moving on to the Kral. The Kral NP-02 Marine. The Marine version obviously is this sort of silvery stroke gold. It's an in-between the two. Turkish walnut stock, adjustable butt pad on this one, only up and down, not left and right. And obviously the big body bottle on the back, which gives it its ginormous, let me just get my stats, 530 cc's of air. The air chamber on here as well is an air chamber, and it's actually connected via a little copper tube inside. I've had this one only for a couple of weeks. This has had virtually no pellets put through it, literally just to zero it. So advantage wise, the P35 is about 9 months old. It is leaded in, it is tuned, fully tuned. I've had the lever done as well because they come a little bit stiff out of the box. On the Kral, the lever is on the left hand side, which I quite like, to be fair. I'm getting used to it, and I'm seriously considering switching my P35 over to the left. Which Mark Dempsey says is quite doable and quite an easy job. So I think I will be doing that in the future. Moving on with the Kral, good solid stock. These are really robust guns. Very, very well built. Quality of finish, it's not an FX. It's not a P35, but it's good enough. I found it acceptable. I've done a little bit of work on the stock because I found it a little bit dry. Two-stage adjustable trigger again. And I found it very heavy out of the box. It was about £4 pull weight. So I've had a little bit of a play myself with this one, and I've got it down to about £1, and I've shortened up the first stage as well. Not mushy at all, very acceptable trigger. Not quite as good as the P35, but extremely workable. I've put a sax silencer on the end, purely for aesthetics more than anything. I just felt with a black one, just break up the lines a little bit, so I went with a stainless steel brush one. Or aluminium, whichever it is. It's probably aluminium. Same with the bipod. I went as close as I could get to the finish, and I think it looks okay. You know, this gun's a bit Marmite. Some people like it, some people don't. Moving up, dual rails on this one, Picatinny and Weaver, so you don't have to change your scope mounts, which is always a bonus. I've fitted mine with a Picatinny. I just think they're more sturdy for a bit of a bang about. Now and again you knock them in the field. Weaver, I find, can move a little bit sometimes, depending on that, you know, so I always stick to Picatinny, but personal preference again. As I say, shot count on these with the 530cc filled up to 200 bar. I'm getting about 200, which, you know, blister on the end of your fingers, guys, blister. Who does 200 shots in a day? Maybe on the range, but certainly not for ratting or in the field. Great gun again in the field. This one comes out at 2.95 kilograms, slightly heavier than the P35. The weight, 2.95, as I say. Barrel length, 320 millimeters. Overall length, 760.5 to be precise. This was chronoed earlier on at 11.3 foot-pound with a spread of 8 foot per second, which I find is absolutely spot on. A lot more expensive guns with bigger spreads than that. Right, so basically, we've talked around the guns, as I say. Put my teeth back in. It's down to target work. There's no point in having a great feeling gun if it can't hit anything. So basically on the range down here, we've got a 40-meter range. It's open. It's very windy today, as you might see. It's just dropped a little bit now, so we might be a little bit lucky with the wind. So I'll reset up the camera for the target at 40 meters. We're using JSB Exacts 8.44 grain, 4.53 milli. Okay guys, conclusion. Target wise, the P35, great groups. I think I pulled the last shot, to be fair. It's very, very windy, as you can probably hear on the range. We've got gusts of sort of 10-15 mile an hour to the right hand side, so maybe that's why it pulled the other shot. But obviously great rifle. In conclusion, would I buy one? Yes, I did. This is my gun. Is it good value for money? I think at around the 549 mark, absolutely. You've got to spend a bit of money on it. The lever's a little bit stiff out of the box. The O-rings could do with changing. They are silicon, they do fail. And obviously a decent silencer or a shroud. But in conclusion, great gun. I'd have one all day long, and I'll never ever get rid of this one. Onto the Kral. Conclusion for the Kral. Lovely little gun. Nice and robust, great for the field, great for a bit of ratting. And out in the field, superb. Target wise, pretty good. Not quite on a par with the P35. Don't know what happened to the first shot. I think it was me. Big gust of wind at the same time. But after that, the other 4 shots grew reasonably well. So in conclusion, would I buy one? Well, I did. This is my gun as well. Would I get rid of it? No, I wouldn't. She's a good little gun. Great second gun to the P35. The P35 will always be my favourite. It's just that little bit better. The build quality is slightly better. The accuracy is second to none on the gun. I shoot on this range every Saturday morning with my friend Steve, and we pit mine against the Artemis 510 Ultimate Sporter. Last Saturday, it held its own against it. In fact, if anything, it beat it. So as far as accuracy is concerned, once you've got the trigger right, once you've got the lever right, nice and smooth, unbeatable gun for the money. You've got to spend £100 odd on it. However, once you've done that, it's right up there competing with the £1,000 plus rifles of this world. So thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. Hope I didn't make too many mistakes. And don't forget, guys, keep punching that paper. If you haven't subscribed already, please do, and please hit the like button. Any comments, very, very valid, so I can make changes for the next video. I will be putting a video out probably once every month. I do work full time, so I can't do an AAR and do it every week, unfortunately. I'd love to, but I've thoroughly enjoyed doing this. Hope you like it, and I hope it's helped you making a decision to buy either the P35 or the Np02. Take care from me. Safe shooting.